The sun was just waking up. It peeked over the edge of the world. First, a tiny sliver of orange light appeared. Then beautiful colors spread across the big empty sky. There were soft pinks, bright oranges, and deep purples, all mixed together like a painting. The cool night air was starting to feel warm. A gentle breeze whispered through the tall golden grass, making it sway back and forth in a soft, quiet dance. The world was slowly turning from dark blue to bright gold. It was a brand new day in the African savanna, full of secrets and songs waiting to be discovered. Sofia and Stela stood side by side, their hands held tightly together. Sofia's blonde hair shone like spun gold in the new morning light. Stella's rich brown hair fluttered gently in the breeze. They were only 9 years old, but their eyes were wide with the wonder of a great adventure. They wore light safari clothes and sturdy boots, ready for exploring. All around them, the world was waking up. The sweet songs of tiny, colorful birds filled the air. Far away, they could hear the soft call of an antelope saying hello to the morning. The girls breathed in the fresh, earthy smell of the wild. The landscape was vast and beautiful. Tall acacia trees dotted the grassy plains. Their branches looked like flat umbrellas against the colorful sky. The grass stretched out as far as they could see, a sea of shimmering gold and yellow. The sunlight touched everything, making the dewdrops on the blades of grass sparkle like tiny diamonds. In the distance, a long line of elephants moved slowly. They looked like gray giants walking across the horizon. Sofia squeezed Stella's hand, her heart fluttering with excitement. It felt like they had stepped into a magical storybook. Sofia pointed toward the rising sun. Her face was a picture of pure joy. "Look, Stella, it's so beautiful," she whispered, her voice full of awe. Stella nodded, a huge smile spreading across her face. She couldn't find the words to describe what she was seeing. It was more amazing than any picture she had ever seen. The warmth of the sun felt like a gentle hug on their cheeks. They stood perfectly still, just listening and watching. The savanna was alive with sound and color, and they were a tiny part of its magnificent morning. As the sun climbed higher, a very tall creature appeared. It was a giraffe, standing near a big acacia tree. Its long neck reached high into the leaves. The giraffe had a beautiful coat of brown patches, like a map of faraway lands. It moved slowly and gracefully, its big dark eyes gentle and calm. Sofia and Stella watched, holding their breath. The giraffe carefully plucked leaves from the high branches with its long, purple tongue. It chewed thoughtfully, its ears twitching to listen to the sounds of the morning. It didn't seem to mind that two little girls were watching. Sofia took a tiny step forward, her eyes wide with curiosity. Stella put a hand on her arm, signaling her to be quiet. They didn't want to scare the beautiful animal. The giraffe lowered its head just a little, looking at them with its long eyelashes. It blinked slowly. It was a silent greeting, a peaceful moment shared between the girls and the giant of the savanna. The giraffe's patterned fur looked so soft. The girls could see the gentle rise and fall of its chest as it breathed the warm morning air. They felt a sense of calm just by being near it. The giraffe took a few long, elegant steps, its hooves making almost no sound on the soft earth. It moved toward another tree, its head held high and proud. Sofia wanted to reach out and touch its patterned coat, but she knew she must not. This was the giraffe's home, and they were just visitors. Stella pointed to the tiny horns on the giraffe's head, which were covered in soft fur. They looked like little knobs on top of its head. They giggled quietly, sharing the special sight. The giraffe was so much taller than they had ever imagined. After a few more minutes of munching on leaves, the giraffe turned and walked away. It moved with a slow, rocking motion, disappearing into the tall, golden grass. Sofia and Stella waved a silent goodbye. They would never forget the gentle giant. Meeting it so close was like a dream come true. The sun was warmer now and the sky was a bright, clear blue. The memory of the calm giraffe filled their hearts with a quiet happiness. Their safari adventure had already given them a precious gift they would treasure forever. Suddenly, there was a quick movement in the grass. A small herd of impala leaped into view. They were graceful and delicate creatures. Their coats were a lovely reddish-brown color, with white fur on their bellies. They moved like dancers, jumping high into the air with incredible ease. One of them, a handsome male with long curved horns, stood still for a moment. He turned his head, his big dark eyes looking right at Sofia and Stela. The girls stood frozen, not wanting to frighten the nervous animals. The impala seemed to be made of pure energy and light. The impala herd was alert and watchful. Their ears swiveled in every direction, listening for any sign of danger. The girls could see their muscles ripple under their sleek coats as they prepared to leap again. Sofia loved the way they moved, so fast and light on their feet. Stela admired their beautiful horns, which twisted like elegant sculptures. The impala didn't stay for long. With a flick of their white tails, they bounded away, disappearing as quickly as they had arrived. Their powerful leaps left the girls feeling breathless. They had witnessed a flash of wild beauty. Just as the girls started walking again, they heard a funny sound. It was a low, rumbling grunt. They looked down and saw a warthog trotting out from behind a thick bush. It had coarse gray hair, a long snout, and two pointy tusks that curved upward. It looked very grumpy. The warthog stopped and dug at the ground with its snout, looking for roots to eat. It snorted loudly, sending a little puff of dust into the air. Unlike the graceful impala, the warthog was sturdy and comical, with a thin tail that stuck straight up in the air like a little flag. Sofia and Stela couldn't help but giggle. The warthog looked so serious and busy. It glanced at them with its small, beady eyes, gave another grumpy snort, and then went back to its digging. It didn't seem scared at all, just a bit annoyed to have an audience. The girls watched as it trotted off, its little legs carrying its stocky body with surprising speed. The savanna was full of so many different animals, each with its own personality. From the elegant giraffe to the jumpy impala and the grumpy warthog, every creature was unique and wonderful. The warm sunlight now covered the entire savanna, making everything glow. The golden grass swayed in the gentle morning breeze, creating soft, rustling sounds. Sofia ran her fingers along a blade of grass. It felt smooth and slightly damp with morning dew. Stela looked up at a nearby acacia tree and noticed the intricate patterns on its bark. Tiny insects crawled along the trunk, busy with their morning tasks. The world around them was full of tiny details and textures. Every leaf, every stone, and every patch of fur was a work of art. In the distance, the herd of elephants continued their slow journey. They moved as one big family, their large ears flapping to keep them cool. Sofia and Stela could see a tiny baby elephant walking close to its mother, safe and protected. The sight filled them with a sense of peace. The savanna was a place of families, big and small. The calls of the birds were louder now, a cheerful chorus celebrating the new day. The air was clean and fresh, and the girls felt their spirits soar. This was a wild and perfect world, untouched and beautiful. Sofia turned to Stela, her blue eyes sparkling with happiness. "Isn't this the best day ever?" she exclaimed, her voice full of excitement. Stela nodded enthusiastically, her brown hair bouncing. "It's more than the best," she said. "It's magical." They both felt so lucky to be there, to see these amazing animals in their own home. They weren't just watching a show. They were part of the savanna's morning. The joy they felt was big and bright, just like the African sun shining down on them. It was a feeling they would carry in their hearts forever. As they stood there soaking it all in, they knew this adventure had changed them. The wildness, the beauty, and the quiet power of the savanna had left a mark on their souls. They had seen a gentle giant, a graceful dancer, and a grumpy digger. They had heard the music of the birds and felt the warmth of the sun. The world felt bigger and more wonderful than ever before. Sofia and Stela held hands again, two friends sharing an incredible moment of pure wonder, ready for whatever adventure the golden savanna had in store for them next.